I think the hardest thing is going to be, I mean, we had Stola and Urianger go together. What is going to happen if Alfie and Ali have to go separately? How much is that going to break the other? Especially after that scene in Garlemald about being together till the end. You know, the bit where they're freezing, waiting for rescue. Except that, I mean, they don't know rescue's coming. And I only think that because I edited that video together earlier tonight. Let us forge ahead to the end of this tale. That crystalline path, Rahas paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on for our friends and all who await us in faith. So come, let's seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. Yeah, I definitely feel that they needed to drop the rather pompous and triumphant almost jingle. I keep calling it a jingle. I can't think ever off the top of my head what the actual word is. Oh, here, yes. I won't let it break me, don't you worry. I never have and I never will. Look, Demagen, a portal has appeared. It will surely deliver us true. It must. Resolute. Lambent portal. Warm. The lost hydraulic. Look up, Demagen. It's as though the stars are being devoured by the dead sun. And that's where we're headed, into the maw of darkness. Well, here is where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way, one sure step at a time. Our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. Come on, my family. Just in case we uncover more new locations, because I missed one there. The innumerable lights that shine in the distance. To think that they all could have birthed civilizations. To think that everything they built has gone to dust. Their peoples lost to despair. Of the stars floating in this sea of midnight, ours is a lonely aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their ends, with you and Alice beside me, there is nothing I fear. No ocean so vast I cannot cross. Those broken stars I see shattered, ruptured, unravelled. I wonder if they're also worlds recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with a sorrow I cannot describe, a truth I cannot deny. Birth and death. Whence we came and where we'll return. A wheel from which there is no escape. Yes. Tancred would scout the road ahead. Mistola and Urianger would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Raha would join in the discussion or else chat with me and Alizé about the mission. Justinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while you would come and go, wherever you are needed, and together we would travel. All I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat. So much quieter now. The fact we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are, aren't they? There's a few ways that you could enunciate that. There could be, aren't they? That idea of doubt in Alizé's mind. The portal is barely visible from up here. Truly we've come far, much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It's because we have known failure and frustration, we have learned and grown from them, that Heidelin has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive, and go about my day relieved as the fragments of that other life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? But none of it. No, I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine, they are me. Rest assured, I am fine, but thank you for your concern. And of yourself. Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we've but a few steps away from journey's end. It will be over before we know it. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone. And while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. Still seems like there's a chunk. And of course we have a dungeon yet to do. And it makes me wonder how trusts will be involved in that. Unless we go alone, that will be interesting. Well, this is it. The end of the path and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet come what may, let us all have no regrets. No, let's have pride in what we have achieved. And what we achieved and how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for. And dying for. As they did. There are some structures up ahead. Still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same. And for you most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just, after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be the one to help you. I could be mounted up and stuff here, I appreciate, but it seems a journey and a summit worth doing on foot. And that is the fading out of the music. Of all the recreated worlds we've seen, this one feels the most familiar. Oop. This is almost homely. Normal? It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Everything is cut out, sound-wise. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses? Wrong on both counts. There is simply no one here. Meteon. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended? I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None tried to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. If what Meteon says is true, what are we supposed to do? You think you've caught me? This form is barely a drop from the ocean that swells within the dead sun. Even so, I could easily unmake you. You are only still alive because of your comrades, but they cannot protect you forever. Until they fade away, I'll satisfy myself with watching you try, and fail, to find a way out of this lifeless place. If there is no one here, then neither should there be emotions to bar our way. Yet Meteon seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? One way or another, we must find the way forward. Let us make it through. Let us make a thorough search of the city. You're not alone. My favourite piece of music from Final Fantasy IX. A piece of music that made me cry the first time I heard it. And makes me tear up pretty much every time I hear it now. Because it brings back, not necessarily the exact emotion, the exact remembrance of what happened when I first played FF9, because I don't actually remember exactly the thoughts that I was going through, but the emotion that goes with it Yes. If Alizé is discouraged, she betrays no hint of it. Whatever Medium may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. This is not a vantage point. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out. There's a person over there. If anyone's heard you, they do not respond. Yes, the use of ambience here, as in the lack of music in a game that has music in 95% of areas. This object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material, erected in place of an actual tree or to serve some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain, to tell the story. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letterboxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. And yet all the lights are still on. In the distance, you glimpse Alizé picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. Your call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. I've just switched the game sound on and off just to make sure, but there is an ambient undertone here. It's not loud, but it's there in the pit of your stomach. Just that. Yeah, I've turned it up on the speakers. It won't change. It won't make any difference in the mix. But there's a low, almost kind of wind-like. Hopefully, when I edit, I'll bump it up. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves with a loose few sitting on the counter, vessels for the beverages in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity, until it was not. There is nothing here. There is no one. It is dead. Save for these motes of green, almost like fireflies. Take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alpha now and compare what we've learned. Have we really learned anything? Is there any way that we can move forwards here? I think the twins are going to go together.
Did you find anything?
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteon seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out.
I haven't.
Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin.
You.
And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
I promised your parents I'd keep you safe.
I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone. And for myself.
Who is it that you think
I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others.
Truth?
But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Every single person on the star.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero, she's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Is it Alize that doesn't want there to be a way forwards? Is this of her making?
I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one.
With love. I mean, we joked about the power of friendship earlier, but...
For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on.
I feel like they're setting us up for a massive tragic ending. But that doesn't sit well with my understanding of MMO game design. Because I don't think they've even ever attempted this before.
What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Oh man, this is heavy.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters, as did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream.
Is it though?
It can do nothing to alter my flow.
We'll see about
You
that.
spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude.
Eventually.
Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process.
Oh.
In so doing, nothing will be born ever again.
Oh, I don't know whether she means
Everyone
literally.
will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift. To spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Atheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps,
Following your
and turn
grandfather's
sorrow
footsteps.
into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal.
This is
But
the
these
music from the
experiences
coils.
are part of life, and they make us stronger.
Final coils, in fact.
We rise, fall, and rise again.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
Alone. Alone at the end of the universe. Our efforts bolstered by companions, true. We must hope that that is enough. Earlier, in Old Charlian, the stars going out.
Please. Please. Oh, please let them all be safe.
They are not. Kyle. Oh dear.
Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache. They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions.
Who?
He wishes to speak with you at once.
Who? Who? Damn it. I have the feeling it's Louisoix. The reincarnated Phoenix version of Louisoix. But it could be anybody. Ooh. Ooh. In the city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of 1,000,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on. Unable to execute certain actions. Endwalker. Walking alone unto journey's end. Burden weighing heavy.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Make your way to absolute horizon.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
It's Fordola, wasn't it?
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
I cannot remember who that is. Let me know.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
I don't remember who that is actually either.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
That's Raban, I think.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us
That's
pray
Beckler.
and will our friends home.
Absolute horizon.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
That was Lise, wasn't it?
Strong art thou, mortal.
Godsoma?
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Idling.
Let's finish this.
Was that Stinian?
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest. I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place.
That is not how we roll.
The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard.
Is it time to
whose
unleash
labours
Asm's
were
crystal?
unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris.
Nah.
Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You have suffered enough.
Nope.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the
You must triumph.
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
Oh, it
I am ever grateful.
I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years, is this the answer I was hoping
We're going to summon Hermes.
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
I won't forsake our cause. Hermes. Ithodias.
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance.
This is
the
very
chaos.
meta.
It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vinar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome.
Of course she had.
Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear.
Oh, this is post everything Emmett's. This is not Emmett from Elpis.
Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far.
Thank you, Emmett.
And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Atheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
Snap time. Help his flowers.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being.
Ah, the eyes.
In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
Meteon has lost her power over the realm. Yay! Is that the end of Azim's crystal?
May you ever walk in the light.
That was the last of it. That was Heidelin's last message to us.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
Quit your whining, Thancred.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Yes.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all
Oh,
return
don't say
to
that. That's more foreshadowy. Is it bad that I really want them all to survive now after saying in my hopes for Shadowbringers for Endwalker video that I wanted people to die, because I don't.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
It's not over yet. We've still got a...
Friends, let us carry on and finish it together.
We've still got a big climactic dungeon to go, I would imagine. The Dying Sun. Also, where have Emmett and Ithodias gone? Have they just dissipated? Come with us, Meteon. Uh-oh. Her egg is cracked. A little bit like Dalamud. Ooh, they're doing some texture distorting there. Geometry distorting, rather. You can only take screenshots 70 times.
Hear me.
That's the real Meteon.
The voice is within. Crying in pain. Wailing in sorrow. Hurting. Hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
Oh, there they are.
The way is open. They can proceed.
Thank you.
So it seems.
The heroes.
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic.
Oh, Emmett.
But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible.
Not so invincible.
Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star.
That's what they all wanted.
See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play.
That's an interesting hint. I mean, yes, I would love to see these guys again.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north?
No.
The fabled golden cities of the New World? The
No.
sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles?
Nope.
What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs?
Nope.
I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea,
Ooh.
you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you.
Okay.
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
I love the fact that they're basically saying this part of the story is coming to an end and you may be sad about that, but there is so much that you haven't seen yet.
I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
Look at Emmett's face. It's like, I can't believe you're talking to them like this.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Liar.
Oh, don't be that way.
You're a fibber, Emmett Selk. And we know it. The end. Jeez. It is my fervent hope that our ancient friends will find a new beginning. They and all of their brethren who have returned to the ethereal sea. For that to come to pass, we must succeed. We must avert the final days and save Etheris. To go and see all those places and more, MSQ has given you quite a task. Suffice it to say, I should be glad to assist you once we've returned together, triumphant, of course. For all the lives on those stars whose light hath been extinguished, for the ancients who burnt before us, I offer a solemn prayer. No need to explain. I have a rough idea what happened while I was gone. It was a strange feeling, though I was struggling in a pitch-black sea. A powerful tide was trying to wash me away, one that churned with hatred and envy for life, and it was all I could do to swim against it. And suddenly I was here. It felt long and short at the same time, hazy as in a dream, but through it all, one thing was crystal clear. You fought with all your being to keep our hopes alive. I can't claim I fully understood the workings of this place, but in that moment I felt I knew what I needed to do. I felt that it was the right time to offer up this life I own, and I could risk it all on the wager that the rest of you would manage without me. Full glad I might say that I was right. As different and mysterious as the ancients may be, there were people not unlike us. The first people to fall and feel pain, the first forced to find a way to rise again. But then we have come, and in our pain and suffering we are connected. From them we have come. I don't think I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander the chance he has given us. We will see this tower to a triumphant conclusion and bid the final curtain fall. Ultimate Thule achievement. Frequent Flyer 6. For now. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand ready for the finale. This is the final quest. Endwalker. And we're going to do it next time, because undoubtedly there will be cutscenes and who knows what else. I'm so glad we got to see Emmett and Hythlodaeus again. It is kind of a shame that we didn't pull Venar in, but Venar's piece, Venar's place, Venar's role has already been served. You know, with the role of Hydaelyn. So it was, yeah, to see Hythlodaeus and Emma as well was beautifully done, frankly. And the Elpis flowers being that which breaks Meteion is poetic, frankly, especially with Hermes' promise that he would give her a flower upon her return. Next time, folks, we will walk the end with whatever that entails. I hope you will join me for it. If you like this reaction, please do leave a like, and I'll catch you all in the next bit. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.